Hi everyone, this is Yuri from ORIL. That it means that we have another amazing episode of Innovation Blueprint podcast with ORIL. And today we have a big guy in our studio, the person who's running one of the coolest companies that help people not just to save money, but increase their revenue and make their business more beneficial and profitable. And the name of our today's guest is David Bitton. Yay! Give a big round of applause. Yes. So, David, thank you for joining us today for this conversation. I appreciate that you find the time in your tough schedule.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so as I said, David is a co-founder on one of the coolest companies that we have on the market that helps people to manage their properties. And the name of the company is DoorLoop. So, the DoorLoop is a pretty big company and can compete with the big players on the market. In your profile, profile of your company says that DoorLoop is the highest rated all-in-one property management software that helps property managers and owners make more money, get organized, and grow. That sounds like a pretty cool commercial. However, can you please explain me what makes you different and what exactly you guys do?
Yeah. So DoorLoop is a property management software for property managers and property owners in the US and Canada. Anywhere from 1 to 1,000 units we can service. And we help real estate professionals find tenants online, screen tenants with background checks, collect rent automatically online, handle maintenance requests, accounting, really everything A to Z for anything property management related. What our secret sauce is, you could say, are 2 to 3 key pillars. Number one, we're probably one of the newest and most innovative players in the market. So easiest to use, beautiful design, UI, UX, very intuitive. Anyone can figure out how to use the software. They don't need to go through a lot of training. That's one. Two is our amazing customer service. We have incredible customer support team here locally in the US that gets back to everyone on a chat within 5 minutes, unlimited support, unlimited training. We're really your partners throughout the journey of your growth in your career. So we're here to help you grow. And last, I would say our speed, not just speed of the software, but also speed and easiness of doing business with us. It's really easy to get started and get up and running really quickly.
Yeah, that sounds very cool and very impressive. And the question from my side is where the idea came from. There is a lot of competitors on this market, and it's not easy to buy the piece of cake from there. But you guys doing pretty well in this area, and I'm wondering, what kind of challenges in the beginning you guys tried to solve, and why did you decide to step on this path?
Yeah. So one of our co-founders, main founder, Ori, the CEO, he was buying his own apartments to rent as investments. And he started looking for other property management software companies to help him manage his portfolio. And I remember one day he came into the office in our last company saying, man, there is nothing easy, affordable to get started right away for a small portfolio like mine. It takes weeks to schedule a demo. I can't reach anyone. The softwares I've tried aren't that simple. They were all built in 2005. We can do this better. So I think that was the original spark of the idea many, many years ago. And a lot of us founders come from the real estate background, property management background, tech, software development background. So we knew we could do it better. And that's what we did.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. And what about the big players in the market, like let's say Yardi? How do you compete with them? What makes you different except the services and speed? Like every single time when we go into some conferences, we always hear Yardi, Yardi, Yardi.
Yep.
How you
For
compete
sure.
with them?
Yeah, there's a lot of big players in the market like Yardi that have been around for 20 plus years. They have a lot of brand name recognition. We don't necessarily actually compete against Yardi because they are more geared, at least their Yardi Voyager platform, for larger portfolios, 1,000 plus units, commercial portfolios. We really try to focus and be the best in the world for the smaller property management companies or property owners from 1 to 1,000 units, for example, residential and commercial in the US. So it's a very different market. It's a very different software. It's more simple and easy to use.
Mhm. Because like I live in a multifamily community, and we also do not have a lot of room numbers here. And as I know, we are using Rent Cafe, which is also part of the
Yep.
Yardi. And as I heard that Yardi most of the time just start buying some companies, like a small companies. I mean, compared to Yardi, they're all not really big,
Yeah.
but the smaller companies and implement their new solutions that they brought to the market. Did they try to do something like this to you, if it's not a secret?
Nope. Nope. Nothing yet.
Not yet.
No, not yet. No, we have a very long-term growth plan to continue growing and be here for a long time. We've raised over $130 million now. We have over 200 people. So we're in this for the long haul to transform the industry and be the number one player and the best in the world at that exact market.
Yeah. Let's talk about the product that you guys provide. Is that like one solution for all the managers and owners, or you have some separate parts for the owners and for the managers, and how the customers can access there if they can? How that look like from the side?
Yep. So we have two parts of our software. We have the main software, which is our main customers use. That's for property owners and property managers, where they can manage all their portfolio. And then we have the other side of the software, which is what we call the tenant portal or the owner portal. And that's a login for all the tenants. They can go online, submit maintenance requests, ask questions to their property owners, and most importantly, pay their rent or other fees. So that's the backend for tenants. If you are a property manager managing properties for other real estate investors and owners, the owner can also log in to their owner portal, and they can also get information from there.
Okay. And you also mentioned that you guys have a beautiful UX, beautiful UI.
Yep.
And when you start building your solution, and did you guys use some out of the box solutions for that, or you build everything completely from scratch?
You know, in previous companies, we did use the out of the box templates, dashboard, UI, UX widgets, and stuff like that. In this software company, it was very different. We wanted to be the best. We wanted to redefine what property management software is. So from day one, we set out to hire and partner with the best UI, UX designers to really start from scratch, basically. And have, we in the beginning, we had something called the grandfather test. And we said, if our grandfather could use it, anyone could use it. So it's really hard. Kudos to Steve Jobs for making Apple products very simple. It takes a lot of extra work and time to make anything easy to use. So since day one, we've invested a lot of time and energy into making the software as easy as possible.
Yeah, 100%. It's very complicated to make it easy.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about your solution, let's say, what kind of functionality do you guys provide there? You already said that people can pay their rent, their fees. Can they, let's say, place some work orders there? You said that your technical support getting back pretty fast, like within the 5 minutes. And what kind of support are we talking about? Is that like a real, let's say, humans behind that, or you use some AI-based technologies for that, and that's kind of chatbot responding to them, or how that part works?
So the first part of your question, we handle everything A to Z for property managers. So you have a new vacancy unit, you need to find a tenant. We will help you list and syndicate your properties online on Zillow, Trulia, and many other websites online. So it gets posted. People can apply directly online through your digital application with DoorLoop. They can do background checks, screening, pay for everything, submit the application. Then you can create a lease agreement, have them e-sign it, collect rent. Everything is fully automated. It's great. So that
sounds amazing.
Amazing. And that's the goal, right? To help property owners and managers save time and get more done and make more money. Then the other side of it is the customer support and service. So we offer pretty much almost a live chat. It's under 5 minutes we respond. That's our average response time, with over a 95% satisfaction rating. And there is a new AI tool now that goes through all of our database and help center and knowledge base. And it gives you first a really good curated answer to what you're looking for. If you're not happy with that answer, you could request to speak to a human and we'll get back to you right away.
Okay, so that's a little bit of both.
Yep.
And you said that just recently appears there. And when exactly did you guys start to use AI, and what pushed you to implement the AI tool in your solution?
We've been using AI as a company internally for probably 2 to 3 years now, for a variety of things. As far as the support, so our support is hosted by Intercom, a great company that helps with all the back end customer service, chatbots, help center. They introduced this AI tool about a year ago. So we've been using it and refining it for over a year. And the cool thing is that it gets better. So, as an example, let's say someone asks, how do I collect rent with DoorLoop? And they get an automatic AI answer from our knowledge base. If they're not happy with it and ask to speak to a human, we see they weren't happy with the answer. We can refine and improve the answer the next time someone asks that question. So it's just gotten better and better and better. And almost half our customers now are being self-serviced by the AI, and they're happy and they love it and they give it a thumbs up and they rate it good. So it just makes the experience better for everyone. They don't need to wait for anyone. They get great answers right away. So it works well for everyone.
And did you guys develop that internally, or you use some third-party company who help you with AI? Because, as I said before, at the conference that we attended, that's so many different AI-based solution who helps exactly with that functionality that you just mentioned.
Yeah, we always like to use software internally for ourselves that is best in class. We're not going to reinvent the wheel here. There are companies that specialize and master and just do that. So we use a company called Intercom, which anyone can use. There's a few others, but they're one of the best and biggest. Along with that, we use AI for a variety of things here, right? I mean, like this podcast, for example, anytime we do our own podcast, we take the audio, we throw it into Adobe Enhance, it automatically masters the audio, makes it sound perfect. There's a lot of things that you could use in your business today to double your efficiency and save time. There's great options out there.
Yeah, that's true. And talking about the rest of technologies that you guys use, just for internal processes, from the manager perspective, if let's say your team want to contact to each other, do they still have to use DoorLoop, or you guys using like G Suite for that, or maybe I don't know, maybe Slack or some similar solutions for that?
So if you are a property manager or owner using our software, for example, we have a whole communication center where instead of giving out your personal cell phone, you can give out a custom DoorLoop phone number that you purchase and you own. Actually, we give it away for free now. And you can use that number to communicate with your tenants, your vendors, your owners, really anyone. And as soon as they text, it goes into your portal in our software, and you can communicate back by email from anywhere in the world. And any one of your staff, if you allow them to, can reply back. So that's the communication piece. Internally at DoorLoop, we use Slack to communicate with our team. So I highly recommend Slack for any company. Even property management companies can use Slack to communicate internally with their own teams.
We work at a software development world, and I can tell you that huge amount, if not all of the companies using Slack, because that's really good. Slack actually have to pay me for commercial. So
they have a free plan, right? I think it's like 90 days of histories backed up. It's great for most companies trying to start out. It's great.
Yeah. And we're also using that. So, and another question regarding like the integrations of different solutions, like with the chatbot, do you guys handle that by yourself, or are you using some third-party companies who's helping you to integrate some like outside solutions into the DoorLoop?
For the chatbot internally, like I mentioned, we use Intercom, but anytime we're trying to build something to improve the lives of our customers and their customers, which are the tenants, we ask ourselves 3 questions. Should we build it? Should we buy it? Or should we partner? What that means is the solution that we're offering, let's say it's the communication center, or let's say it's e-signing. Can we be the best in the world at e-signing? In this case, no. Should we buy an e-signing company? In this case, no. Should we partner? In this case, yes. And we ended up partnering with Dropbox eSign as an example, because they're world-class, best in the world at what they do. They have a great integration API for us, and it just makes the experience better for our customers and our customers' customers.
Yeah, you're definitely right about the reinventing of the wheel. There is no point to do that, and it's better to use some existing solution and then integrate it. And if, let's say, some property managers will use some another solution already, and they still want to partner with you, and they want to somehow integrate their, let's say, database and your solution, do you guys can do that?
Yeah. So we're one of the few property management software companies that offers a free open API, meaning anyone can integrate directly with DoorLoop. The documentation's online. It's pretty simple if they have a small team, or they can outsource it. Along with that, we also integrate with Zapier. So if you're not familiar with Zapier, get familiar. It's
Yes,
one of the
I'm
coolest, best
familiar with
companies. You
that.
know it. um, a lot of people listening probably don't know it, but it's great. Zapier is the middleman that sits between thousands of companies worldwide. We integrate with Zapier, and because we do, and thousands of other companies do, they connect both of us together. So you could say, hey, anytime I get a new lease in DoorLoop, automatically connect to my calendar and do this, or my Gmail, or really anything. It could do a lot of really cool integrations automatically for you.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, and I'm glad that you guys already started using AI because AI it's a future, and every
Yeah.
single time when we go in somewhere to some technical conference like a RadCon, PropTech, Blueprint, etc., we
Yep.
always hearing AI, AI, AI from
Yep.
everywhere.
Yep.
And I was wondering, what is your thoughts about AI and how the AI will impact, let's say, the business of your company in the near future? Not, let's say, 1 or 2 years, but let's say in a 5 years. How do you see that? Is that going to be some add-on that will help you to manage some small portion of functionality, or it's going to be already co-pilot, or maybe that will be able to replace some humans from the tech support at least, or maybe even from the manager side?
Look, I love AI, use it daily. Everyone uses it, right? I think the future, what I would love to see happen is for it to help property managers and owners automate everything, right? A tenant's moving out. Thank you so much for moving out. They automatically assign a work order to their maintenance team to go make the unit ready, go clean it, go prepare it. At the same time, AI is also posting the unit on Zillow, and maybe they're updating the description, right? And they're just helping automate the entire lease process from start to finish. So that's what I would like to get it to, where you're using AI and automation and workflows to sort of tie that all in together. We're looking into stuff like that right now. But for property managers today, if you're not using AI, we have actually a free tool on our website, doorloop.com/looper-AI. And it's pretty much like a chat GPT plugin that you can just go ahead and use for free. And people are using it to draft emails, create legal notices to their tenants. Like if there's a noise complaint, answer any questions. Like it really build a lease agreement if they don't have one, or improve it. There's so many use cases for AI that people can start using today. So I implore you, if you're not using it, go check it out. Go watch a YouTube video. It's really, really easy to get started.
Yeah, that's very useful. And what do you think about AI impact to the prop tech world in general? How that's gonna shape it up in the future, not just for the companies like yours, but in general?
I think it's going to help with automation, but also make the experience better for everyone. So I'll just give you a random example of things that we're thinking about. Your tenant has an issue with their refrigerator. It stopped cooling. What do? It's really important. They're calling, texting, emailing, going on the portal, submitting a maintenance request. Cool. I envision a future where they go to the portal, they say, hey, my refrigerator is not cooling, and they're submitting a request. AI will automatically say, hey, we already have in our database the model of your refrigerator. Try these 7 steps first. And let's try to troubleshoot this on our own first. And it will probably resolve almost maybe half the complaints. Who knows? But you're making the experience better for the tenants, and you're helping reduce the workload for the owners and the property managers. So it's really a win-win for everyone. That's just one little thing that we're thinking about.
Yeah, we actually work with one company who does pretty much the same thing. That what they
Yep.
do, they use AI to analyze all the stuff in the rooms, like
Yeah.
microwave, just
Yep.
HVAC, and
Yep.
maybe some washing machine, dryer machine, and they're planning their service time to time, and they start sending before the service comes, like some steps that people need to go through to make
Yeah.
their life easier. So, is that something that you guys also focus on right now?
Not exactly at the moment, but you know, a lot of people are using the tool or software to add in all the information for all the products in the home. For example, all the receipts, the serial numbers, the model numbers, when the warranty expires, all of these things. They're keeping track of it very closely. So when the time comes to repair or replace, the maintenance team already knows, oh, this is all the information I need before I even go into the unit.
Yeah, that sounds very comfortable for the tech guys who's going to fix that.
Yeah.
And another question is, where do you see the companies like yours in the future, in the PropTech?
Yeah.
Is that going to be something that will help people, not just like right now, to running their internal businesses, but maybe doing something bigger because of the AI implementation? Or how you see that future? I hope better than in Terminator 2.
At least for us at DoorLoop, we like to think of ourselves as becoming the platform for all things property management, sort of like Salesforce. Everyone and everything can connect and integrate into Salesforce. Same thing with DoorLoop, with our open API and growing number of partnerships and integrations coming. Everything will eventually be able to connect directly into DoorLoop. So you don't need to go anywhere for anything. Everything is going to be easy, automated, and all in one. And with the power of AI, it's hopefully going to help you get a lot more done and reduce your overhead. And maybe you don't need to hire 10 more employees or staff next year. Maybe AI can help handle all that workload for you.
Yeah. And if we're going to talk about some closer future, do you have any plans for the near future that you're excited about and you're willing to share with our listeners? So something, maybe some new updates for the DoorLoop that will make your product even better?
We have one that comes to mind very exciting. It's called Stripe Capital. And basically, because we are allowing our property managers to collect rent online automatically through Stripe that processes the payments, they're the biggest in the world. They are now offering soon to DoorLoop customers the ability to request loans. So for example, you want to renovate your apartment, maybe you need $25,000. Stripe Capital, you'll be able to apply through DoorLoop and potentially receive a $25,000 loan that will automatically get paid out from your rent payments. So that's something very cool that will continue helping our customers grow their portfolios and even grow their rents even more.
Yeah, that's something new. I've never heard about that. And that sounds pretty interesting. So good luck you in that direction. I'm pretty sure that you guys will implement that.
Yeah.
And if basically we already went through all the questions that I have, it was awesome. Very, very interesting and cool. But question is, how the people who knows about you not a lot and want to learn more can get in touch with you, where they can find you? What's the best way to contact you folks?
Yeah, I think, first off, you can go to our website, doorloop.com. You can learn more. You can watch videos. You can schedule a demo if you like. Follow us on social media. That's always great. We're pretty active on LinkedIn and social media. Follow us, join the conversation, get involved. We have some communities on Facebook, property management communities. The whole goal for us and our whole mission and what we do here is to be the go-to hub for all things property management. So we have thousands of blog posts, free resources available on our website just to educate and help push the industry forward.
Yeah, thank you for sharing for context. Because we are pretty fast today and we even squeezed it in the shorter term that I expected, but that's kind of cool because the conversation was pretty fulfilled. Tell me, that's already a traditional question. What would you say to our listeners in the end as the final statement of our conversation? What would it be?
So something that I've been thinking a lot about lately, about AI, what I'm seeing is a lot of people are not thinking as much as they used to. Instead of thinking of creative ideas or solutions, they're just going straight to ChatGPT and solve the problem for me. So the last thing I want to leave everyone with today is don't let AI replace your thoughts and think for you. Use AI to supplement your existing ideas and improve them, not replace them.
That's the great words. I signed to every single word and I agreed 100% with that. So, David, I appreciate your time. Thank you for being our guest. And we're going to launch this podcast very soon. And to our listeners, I want to say, guys, thank you for being with us one more time. And at the next week, there's going to be another podcast, another guest, and another great conversation. So, David, I appreciate you as a guest. Say bye to our listeners, and I will talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Thanks so much.
Have a good one, folks.